Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I apologize for the extended delays, but we have returned. The players are ready. They were just setting up. They were conducting their vetoes, of course, and now we have returned with the upper bracket quarterfinals. Here we go. We just wrapped up with Spirit versus Art. Spirit did take down Art 2-1, went all the way to the ace match, but now we are jumping into a fresh best of 3 between Krystianer and Gerald in a PvP, a very classic PvP. Krystianer and Gerald, they are the top 2 Protoss players in Poland. I mean, typically they are. Art has been contesting that recently, Papi as well. But regardless, both Krystianer and Gerald are veterans of the region, of the scene, and now they're facing off in a fresh best of 3. And here we go. If you're in the chat, predictions. Get your gamba going. Predictions will be open, so you can place your bets on who you think will claim the series. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the blue Polish Protoss player. It is Krystianer. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Polish Protoss player representing Storm Gaming. It is Gerald. Here we go. Whew. Again, it has been a very intense tournament so far, with some upsets, with some crazy results as well. We kind of glossed over it, but some of the previous matches, we had Krystianer and Papi going to the ace match, so Krystianer did stumble in that previous quarterfinals match. Likewise, Gerald, the same thing. Gerald also dropped the map to Trifax as well. Speaking of Trifax, speaking of Papi, speaking of history, we have some updates from the lower brackets, and we have to bid adieu to the Zur competitors. Both Trifax and Aristry have fallen. They've both been eliminated in the tournament. Now only Protoss and one Terran remain. We have Krystianer, Gerald, Art, Papi, and Rodzin, and of course Spirit alongside them. So purely Protoss and one Terran player. Welcome to the Polish scene. Welcome to the Polish community. We have PvP, and we also have some PvP. If you would like, we have all the PvPs, and we're going to be embracing them later on. But for now, we have this one here. We have Krystianer and Gerald so far. 2 gate openers all around. 2 gate opener out of Krystianer, 2 gate opener out of Gerald as well. Krystianer is skirting around the edge of the map, though. He's going for a fake proxy pylon. The pylon has been placed, but as we can see, it is a fake. It is not real. He's not committing to any kind of proxy Stargate or Rover or Twilight Council. It is there to force an overreaction. Meanwhile, Gerald does scout, does confirm, does count the pylons, and is aware that the second pylon is not where it should be. So Gerald is aware that something is wrong, something is amiss, throwing down his own third pylon in the main. And you can see Gerald is looking for that proxy. We'll skirt around the edge of the map with our first initial probe. You see is scouting on the right-hand side. Meanwhile, we have a second scouting probe also checking towards the left. So we have 2 probes out on the map. This is already some nice damage out of Krystianer. He's forcing basically 2 workers to not be mining, to not be back at home, and of course focusing on the economy. Meanwhile, Krystianer expands back at home. A very fast expansion. Oh my god, okay. Interesting. Krystianer going for a Sentry Stalker opener right into the expansion. And Gerald back at home is going for 2 more units into a Twilight Council initially, which means is going to be falling behind even further in the economy. Probe scout is denied. Gerald is a little bit more in the dark. And the question becomes, does this defense turn into an offense? Are we setting up a proxy gateway of our own, a pylon into a 1-base all-in? I can feel the... Okay, never mind. We expand. My eyes are on this probe as the probe is being set up, but the expansion has been thrown down, and Gerald is going to try to catch up in that economy. Oh, big volleys going off. Stalker taking a lot of damage, taking a lot of hits. Shield battery is done, and Krystianer will hold. Meanwhile, Gerald is throwing down that proxy gateway. That proxy pylon is setting up to be aggressive. Oh. The force field's a little bit lackluster here from Krystianer. 1 second too late, the Stalkers will escape. So a bit of miscontrol there from Krystianer. He wants that Stalker. He wants it. Up. Won't quite get it, though. Geralt, he will escape in time. Will back away. Leaving us an extra shot off. Nice force field. There we go. We make up for the earlier force fields, and 2 Stalkers go down. Very nice catch by Krystianer. Again, losing 0 units, claiming 2 of his own. Meanwhile, back at home, it was a blink-based opener into a Dark Shrine. Proxy Dark Shrine at that. Very aggressive, very bold move here by Gerald. going for the invisible win, going for the DTs. Unfortunately for Gerald, Observer. There was a Robo Opener, Immortal into Observer on the way. Krystianer being very safe in his opener in his response, and he will have detection. Krystianer is ready for what's to come. Adepts shading in towards that natural. The pylon was not placed. They get into the main. Robo was spotted, and probes are being shut down. 2 Adepts, they one-shot probes. 2 workers so far. Force field will lock them down, though. Very nice force field. 1 Adept falls, the other shades into the mineral line. Ooh, getting a 3rd probe kill. Getting a 4th. Yeah, 4 probes to 2 Adepts. Not a bad trade for Gerald. Meanwhile, the Dark Trend is now done, and DTs are on the way now. Do we have detection? There is an Observer. That's out on the map. Observer's out on the map. Meanwhile, DT warped in defensively. Ooh. Less than ideal. Warped into defend. Adepts say shade into the natural. 5 probes go down. And this means that we do have Krystianer getting ready back at home with another Observer. These Dark Templar, they won't get much done. They defend. But Krystianer does have the worker lead, and his 3rd base is already done. It's already complete. 3rd base still on the way for Gerald. Krystianer is in the driver's seat. So far as looking solid. We can see Gerald trying to find another way in. DT towards the left. And the Glaives are on the way. This tells us, like, again, Gerald wants to be hyper aggressive here in the follow-up. Going for Glaives. Adepts are caught out. Nice catch. Adepts are going to be cleaned up. Adepts are cleaned up. 1 Adept makes its way across the map, but again has no one-shot potential. Gets 1 probe kill. Just the one though. Oh, yeah, just the 1 probe. As the 3rd bases are getting up and running. Again, Krystianer has the economic lead, taking a 4th base, building up charged lots Immortals into, I imagine, Archon production thereafter. For now, just Gateways and Immortal production. And Krystianer, he's still looking solid, still looking quite comfortable. Takes out a Stalker. Late reaction of the Gerald. Does get eyes on the expansion. Glaives is almost done. And we need economic damage. We need to get into that mineral line. Very nice force fields. Oh, they get locked down. The force fields are brutal. Adepts are falling. Decent trade here from Gerald. He does get a couple of Stalkers. DT's into the main. Oh my god. And the probes have to fight, and so many of them go down. 6 probes do fall. Archon being morphed in, Adept in towards the 3rd base. And we're getting so much economic damage done. And just like that, Gerald ties things up. Gerald, he does have the worker count. Is still down a base though, so there's still a lot of pressure on Gerald to get more damage. But that is a lot of Adepts. And Gerald, he's not looking for a main fight. He's looking to bypass the main army and get into mineral lines. 4th base now on the way. Let's say threaten a shade towards the main. And then quite commits to let's say shade in on the right hand side. Getting 2 probes. Probes are going down. Gerald, does he commit? He has to. Oh, does commit into the 4th. Going for the Immortals. Does try to target them down. And won't quite. Does get 1. Gets 1 Immortal. Was that worth it? I'm not so sure. Yeah, the proxy is found. The Dark Shrine is gonna fall. Does fall, and Gerald is going to be forced back. As the dust does settle, Gerald is able to maintain a slight economic advantage. But the main army is what I'm concerned about. I mean, sure, Gerald, sure, he evens up the probe count, but the main army is quite lacking. We have a handful of Stalkers, we have mainly Adepts. Meanwhile, Krystianer has been building up Immortals. Immortals, they've been surviving, they've been building up over time. And Krystianer has a much stronger army as a result. Catching out the Adepts as well. All of them are going to be shut down. Do you have more Stalkers on the way on the right-hand side? Krystianer trying to catch reinforcements, but here comes the main push. Yeah, Gerald's unable to catch any reinforcements, does head across the map, take down the cannon, shield battery as well. Krystianer doesn't care, he's going for the kill. Takes down the Robo. Denies the Disruptor. And even if Krystianer loses a base, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, not anymore. Going for the third, and he can just keep going from here. Shield batteries are about to finish up, they're going to be denied. They are denied in the end. Shield batteries and the cannons. Army recalls back home, but even with the recall, can we hold on? Oh, the Prism! The Prism will survive as well. GG gets called. There's just too much Protoss and Krystianer. He takes game number 1. GG. A solid game 1 from Krystianer. We had Gerald trying to go for different twists, different turns into Glaive Adepts, into Dark Templar. And Geralt was getting some economic damage done with it, but it was not enough to not just even up the worker count, which it did do, but it needed even more damage to make up for the lack of army that Geralt had. Remember, Geralt, he was spending warp ins to harass, not to build up a stronger force. Because of that, he was falling behind. Geralt's answer to that was to rush into Disruptors. Disruptors would be a good way to make up for a smaller army, but we saw that Krystianer moved out just before the Disruptors really did amass and really did become incorporated into the main army. GG. GG, well played. With that, Krystianer does take a lead, but that was merely only game 1. We're now getting ready for game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. So we're jumping into that second game. It's going to be on Ghost River. Oh boy. And it's going to be a much smaller map. Can lead to more aggression. Last game we had Krystianer going for a fake proxy pylon. This time it could be a real one. Oh. Could be real, Pat. Could be real. Here we go. Are going to be loading in and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ghost River. We have the red Polish Protoss player representing Sidestorm Gaming down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back here and now to force the ace match. It is Gerald. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Polish Protoss player representing Clan SWS, leading the series 1-0. He's the reigning House Galactic Battle champion. It is Krystianer. We go. And Krystianer, he's one game away from making it into the next round to face off against a player that he has yet to face off against in quite some time in these tournaments. Spirit. Spirit is lying in wait in the next round for one of these two Protoss players. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Gerald or Krystianer. This Protoss is on the menu for Spirits. Purely only Protoss players from this point forward. Spirit's TVP is going to be put to the test. Meanwhile, Gerald skirting around the southern half of the map. Interesting. And the question becomes, is this a real proxy or a fake? Oh no. As Krystianer, he's making a beeline for the same location. How does he know? Krystianer, he does rock up, and Krystianer throws down his own pylon. Uh-oh. And do they spot each other? Hello there. Geralt is aware of the pylon, Krystianer is not. Okay, so bit of a Spider-Man meme going on. The pylon does finish, vision is extended, but again, Krystianer barely does not spot this. And with that, does Geralt commit? He does! He commits! Geralt, he commits to the proxy. Krystianer is unaware. Meanwhile, Geralt also knows that it's a fake proxy pylon, so A bit of an awkward position here for Krystianer. Very awkward. Now, something that's important here is that Krystianer with this probe scout will confirm the second pylon is late. It's quite late here for Gerald. So there's a proxy. There is a proxy pylon out there on the map. Is it real or is it fake? We know it's real. Krystianer does not. This expansion going to be delayed. Nexus now on the way. And if Krystianer's not in position, this Oracle can wreak havoc. As the Oracle's being chronoed as we speak, and it can do so much damage in the main base. Krystianer will have 2 Stalkers, will have 2 Sentries, will have an army to work with, but will he be in position? As Gerald, he's going to shut down the pylon. It is going to be a big loss. That does force a response out of Krystianer. I mean, he scouts with hallucination. He realizes that something is wrong, something is missing, and he's moving out. Uh-oh. Nothing at home. Nothing at home to defend. The Oracle comes in, and this is going to be crippling damage. Probes are going down. Krystianer pulling away at the same time, pushing up the ramp. There's nothing at home to defend. There's nothing here. No warp gates. No warp gate. We're going for the pylon. Oh my god. Boys, they have to be pulled, but we have force fields. Up. Oh, the ramp is forced. Oh, a little bit misplaced, though. Stalkers do race back home. Stalkers are being targeted down. Probes are falling for both players. Another Oracle does come in. Second Oracle into the main base. Probes are falling left and right. Who comes out on top? With a surround, Krystianer should be cleaned up. But here come reinforcements. Uh-oh. Reinforcements have arrived. The second pylon will finish up. And it looks like Gerald, he does have a defensive shield, defensive force field. Can Krystianer get the Stalker? He doesn't have vision. No vision. The Stalker does survive. Minus 14, minus 14. Both players using 14 probes. Gerald with a slight worker lead. And it looks like Gerald, he has defended. He might lose the natural, though. The natural is under fire, taking a lot of damage. Another Oracle into the main. Oracle does dive in. There are 2 Stalkers to defend. But probes are still falling. Meanwhile, the Nexus is getting very low. The force field! Does force field the ramp just in time. And Krystianer, he wants the base, and he gets it. Going for the Stalker. Nexus goes down. Krystianer's catching another Stalker as well. Pulling away. Krystianer now up a base. Gerald's all in. But Adepts say shade into the main, going for more probe kills. 2 probes go down. Krystianer falling back. And there is a shield battery on the low ground. I mean, Gerald, I don't know how he breaks through. Does snipe the sentry. Sentry does fall. Adept into the main. Stalker's in position. Oof. Yeah, and with that, Gerald, he has to rebuild his expansion. Krystianer, he has a worker lead. He can make 2 probes at a time. Krystianer does, I mean, he does maintain himself. And Gerald, where do we go from here? Twilight Council. I'm feeling DTs. This could be into Dark Shrine. This could be just into Blink. The problem is that Krystianer, he has an Observer. Observer is on the way. He has detection. Does have detection available in the end, and Geralt instead might just have to rely on purely Blink. Which has potential. Oracle gets 1 more probe. 11 probe kills in total. Insane damage. There it is. Blink is on the way. No Dark Shrine. Another Oracle. Krystianer taking a 3rd. Meanwhile, the natural just now finishing for Geralt. Krystianer does confirm. Geralt has expanded. Yeah, this 3rd base is ambitious. It shouldn't finish. It should be denied. Oh, it should be denied. It should be oh my. Okay. Jesus. Calm down. That's Krystianer. He's trying to catch the army. I mean, Krystianer, he's aware that the Stargate is somewhere. Just doesn't know where. As he does a double check, and oh no, it doesn't confirm. Barely does miss it. He's looking, but he barely did miss the proxy. Oracle into the main, gets another probe. See Krystianer, he's looking for the proxy, but alas, he thinks he already checked this location. Doesn't find it. Does not find it in the end. Gerald getting his own third. Oracle into the main. Gerald is pushing forward. Shield battery. Oh, the force fields are pretty decent. They zone away the army. Pylon goes down. Shield battery is depowered, but the Immortal has arrived. With the help of the Immortal, Krystianer can take a fight. It's supply block though. Forces get thrown down. Immortal going ham. We go for the dive. We go for the Immortal. Shield battery. Oh my god, it gets repowered. The overcharge. The Immortal lives. That's crazy. The Immortal barely survives. Krystianer holds. That was a big commitment for Gerald. Big commitment. He lost 3 Stalkers in the process. Well, 2 Stalkers and 2 Sentries. 3 Sentries even. Oracle dipping in. Going for the third. Stalker's trying to come in from behind. Gerald's once again going into Glaives. Glaives are on the way. And with Glaives, once again, Gerald is going to be hyper committed to getting economic damage done. We'll see if he can get it. Rotating over. Rotating over towards that natural. Rocks are being knocked down. Krystianer is aware. That's a lot of Glaive Adepts. We'll see if Krystianer can keep up with the multiple aggression of Gerald. Likewise, Adepts in towards the third base. Gerald, nothing at home to defend. Probes are going down. Probes are falling. Getting 3, getting 4 probes so far. Getting 5. Oh, it's getting a bit out of hand here. 7 probes fall. And now Gerald pulls the trigger. Does find the expansion. Does force a response here from Krystianer. A massive response. And here come the Blink Stalkers. And Krystianer, he does overreact. And natural base now under fire. Stasis goes off. Oh! Not quite. And that's a shade past the army. And Krystianer, he's out of position. It is out of position. And a shade into the main. They go for the mineral line. Probes are going down. Oh my god, 7 probes already. In an instant, 7 probe kills. Krystianer trying to keep up. Shade does commit. Does commit to the shade. Now, what's a little bit scary here is that Gerald has lost, Krystianer's lost a lot of workers, but we're still even. We're still even on workers, and again, Gerald has been sending supply on harassing, not on his main army. We've triggered a massive counterattack, and Krystianer has an insane army. We have 4 Immortals. 4 Immortals. Sorry, 5? 5 Immortals. Oh my god. It's a death ball of an army. Adepts, they keep shading in. Stage traps going off in the main, going off in the third. Gerald is getting economic damage, but Krystianer doesn't care. He's going for the kill with 5 Immortals. Cannons are finishing up. Cells, they bust into the mineral line. Nexus goes down. Gerald is trying to get into disruptor production. Trying to work towards disruptors, but the bay is going to fall. Ooh, we do have a recall. Okay, recall into the main. Krystianer backs off. Gerald survives. But he is down in expansion. Krystianer down to 31 probes. Oh my god, he has no economy. I'm not so sure the recall was worth it. We didn't save anything. There's nothing to save. And disruptors are on the way. There is one disruptor for Gerald. It's got a lot of work to do, Patty. A lot of work. Krystianer rotating around. Oracle's coming back in. And again, Krystianer is all in. He has to go here and now. Breaks down the third. Gerald's still holding on. Oracle's into the main. More probes going down. Krystianer, he races back home. Ay, ay, ay. He turns back around for a moment. Thinks better of it. Turns back again. The Bay is done. Second disruptor on the way. Now, what's terrifying is that Krystianer does not have blink. Remember, because he has no blink, disruptors can connect. It is that much more difficult for Krystianer to avoid those novas. But blink is almost done for Krystianer. It's still a couple of seconds off. Oracle back into the main. More probes going down. Krystianer still building up. Pushing towards that natural. Gets a pylon. Never goes off. But blink is now done. Krystianer able to avoid blink off cooldown. Pushing in. Blinks away. Despots again in the mineral lines. Nova goes off. The disruptor count is getting higher. Oh my god. And Krystianer, can he commit? He's gonna try. Pushing into disruptors, never an easy thing to do. Novas are available. First Nova is avoided. And it looks like with the help of these 5 immortals, it looks like Krystianer, he still has too much. It breaks through the front lines, gets up the disruptor. Camping the robots as well. And the Novas are not gonna connect. Oh, this one will. Oh, the splits are too good. And Krystianer, he has done a GG gets called, and Krystianer will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the upper bracket finals. GG. Whew, oh my god. GG, well played. I was not gonna lie, I was a little bit concerned. With Krystianer constantly coming back home, trying to defend his bases, was losing so many workers, was being crippled economically, but he still had the better army. He still maintained 5 immortals, which is an insane force, an insane army, considering how little Gerald had. Again, even though Gerald was killing probes, he didn't have an army. That was the problem. He had so many adepts and so many oracles, but so little to defend against that immortal counterattack. In the end, GG. GG, well played. Krystianer does advance on. And up next, after the break, we will have Krystianer versus Spirit in a PvT. Again, they're in the upper bracket finals. Meanwhile, quickly refreshing the bracket and having a look at the updates. Ooh, Art takes down Papi 1-0. There are best of ones in that lower bracket, and it is unfortunate that we never even got to cast Papi. Papi took a game off of Krystianer. He took down Trifax, but he falls at the hands of Art. As Art makes it through. Meanwhile, Gerald is about to start a series against Rodzin into Art. The PvPs continue in the lower half of in the lower bracket.